Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be discussing how to survive the 2-week wait. Before I get into this video, I'm just going to start by saying this. Don't test early. Whatever you do, just don't. It's going to mess with your mind regardless of the result. Let me tell you why. So if you test early and it's a negative, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's a negative. I'm upset. Then you'll go on Google and Reddit and Mumsnet and every single forum on the internet and be like, I tested 6 days post-transfer. Do you think I could still be a positive? And you'll be reading loads of stories about people who tested negative and then it became positive, and loads of stories of people who tested negative and then it stayed negative. And it's just going to bring you in a downward spiral where you're obsessing and peeing on a million sticks and just looking for a faint line. And it's just going to really, really mess you up. If you test and it is positive, you'll be happy. You'll be like, oh, yay, it's positive. And then you'll start to worry. You'll be like, oh, what if it's a biochemical pregnancy? I'm going to test again. Is this line darker than the last one? That means I might be miscarrying. Maybe the lines are darker. Maybe it's lighter. And you'll be asking your partner and random strangers on the internet if they think the lines on your repeated pregnancy tests are darker or lighter. So don't test early. Believe me, I know, because I've been there. I probably should have bought stocks in pregnancy tests. I probably was buying 100 pregnancy tests a day, but don't test early. So I'll tell you how to get through the 2-week waits. So the first thing is, as I said before, don't test early. The second thing is keep yourself busy. So that's easier said than done, but it depends on what you like. So if you have a job and you really like your job and you feel when you're taking extra shifts and working extra hard, you lose yourself and you're not thinking about embryo transfers or if you're pregnant or not, I would say do that. If you have a job that makes you think more about pregnancy tests and fertility, like me, embryology, I would say just take 2 weeks off. I think working as an embryologist while doing IVF, that would have been way too much for me. Imagine going into work and you're working in an IVF lab, where everyone is doing embryo transfers, and all you talk about is if people got pregnant, if they didn't, why? Oh my God, no, don't do it. If you have a job as well, some people work with children, so it depends on you. Some people find that's very triggering, and then some people, they can compartmentalize their issues and working with kids, so they find that's really cool. It depends on you. So if work is making you happy and you're not thinking about it, go ahead. If you find work will make you more stressed, take time off. I would also encourage you to travel. So it doesn't have to be a mad holiday, but just a local holiday, a getaway, a local beach, go for walks, and go meet family members you haven't seen for a long time. And yeah, just meet people who are not going to ask you a million questions about your IVF journey, because you don't want to be talking about that when you're waiting to see if it's a positive or negative. So yeah, I would suggest traveling. I would also say encourage yourself to partake in gentle movement. So a lot of people after their transfer, they don't want to overdo with the exercise because they think that it will impact if they're pregnant or not. It doesn't really affect you, but just for peace of mind, I would say go for small walks, do little easy hikes, walk with your boyfriend or partner or husband by the beach, take a dog for a walk, just do gentle movement. And the last thing I would suggest is start a project. So I actually learned Squarespace when I was waiting for my results. I was also moving house, and that kept me very busy. You could do something like start a YouTube channel. You don't actually have to publish anything, but just, oh my God, it's so much work starting a YouTube channel when you have no idea what you're doing. So just filming, editing, uploading, testing, editing software with different effects and animation. That's going to keep you busy for, believe me, 10 hours minimum, especially if you're new to it. Maybe look at making a website like Squarespace. You'll always need a website, no matter what you do, in my opinion. So yeah, just do a €10 subscription to Squarespace and see if you can design websites, play around with the colors, the fonts. I find it very fun. I love doing it. I love looking at all the different details of what it takes to make a website. You could write the story of your life, write a journal, write anything, write letters, handwritten letters. And yeah, they're just my quick tip what not to do during the dreaded 2-week wait, and sending baby dust to everyone who is waiting for a positive pregnancy test.